Hi, I will discuss today about a program that checks whether a given string is palindrome or not. Okay, so before going to that, I want to tell you something about arrays. So, what are arrays? Arrays are consecutive set of memory elements. What does that actually mean? So, if we declare an array that is int a of 1000, so what does this declaration mean? So it is a integer type array of 1000 elements. Okay, so what does that mean? You can see in the picture. So this is a one dimensional array. Int a 1000 is a one dimensional array. What does that mean? That means it has only one row and 1000 columns. Okay, so only one row. Int a 1000 consists of only one row. So and second, we have initialized a int a 1020, that is a two-dimensional array. So two-dimensional array means actually the matrix. Okay, so this is a pictorial representation of a matrix. You can see here that if row is 1 and column is 1, then the element is a 1 1. So here if we and one thing, the array is initialized with 0. Okay, the base element is the base element of int a of 1000 will be int a of 0, that is the first element of the array. So here in two-dimensional array, what will be the first element? Int a of 0 and 0. So first element will be int a of 0 0. So that is that means the first element of the array. So here a11 represents int a00. I can name it other that matrix int mat. I named the matrix as mat, and int mat00, that actually represents a11. Here a11 represents that. Okay, so similarly, if we say a10, then that is first row and 0th column. So what is the first row here? So this is 0th row and this is first row. Okay, so first row means a21, so the element is a21, 0th column and first row, so the element will be a21, so that represents a21. Okay, so coming to our discussion on one dimensional arrays. So in one dimensional arrays there will be only one row, so the array will be like a11 a12 up to a1n. Okay, so and the addresses will be a10 to a999, because array index starts with 0. So 0 to 999 equal to 1000. Okay, yeah. Okay, so coming to our program, let's see what the program is. So write a function that checks whether a given string is palindrome or not, and use the function to find whether the string entered by user is palindrome or not. Okay, so how can we proceed that? Before that, I think you all know that string is a data type. Character is a data type of C program that represents string. Okay, so we have initialized a character string of 100. So that basically means that we can take input um, up to a string that will contain 100 characters. Okay, so we have entered our string, entered, and scanf %s. This means S means the string, that is C syntax. I hope you have read that. So string is represented by %s, like integer is represented as %d, and string is represented at %s. Okay, so now we have called the function check palindrome. Okay, so check palindrome. Yeah. Now what we will do, now palindrome is called, and we have passed a character type array inside it, that we have initialized here character string 100. So we have passed string as argument, so here character string as an array. Now what we have done, so um, we have initialized at first integer I, j, temp and n. We will see why we have declared so many variables. Okay, so now the first line n equal to strlen string, so this checks the length, sorry, length of the string. Okay, strlen is a inbuilt function in C, so that comes under string dot h. Okay, so this actually gives, if we say if we takes the input of the string a b c t a, then strlen of that string will return 5. So because this string, length of the string is 5. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 5, 5 elements. Yeah. So now what will be our logic behind this program? Okay, so you can see here second step. So first step, we have picked up a string like a b c t e a. Okay, this is our string, so we have picked up a string, and now we have called the function. Okay, now what we will do is say a b c t a. So one thing, that what is a palindrome number? This equals a t CBA. That actually means that if the reverse of this string is equal the this string equal the inputted string, then we will call that a palindrome string. Okay, so that like we can say a string like mom, so mom. So this is a palindrome string, because if we reverse that string, then the output will be same, mom. Okay, so palindrome, you can see there. So this is a palindrome string. So what will be our logic then? So what we have done is we have scanned the array from left to right and right to left simultaneously. So see here, I equal to 0. I am discussing. Oh, just wait. So we are accessing the characters of this string from left to right and right to left. Okay, so how left to right? So we have initialized the variable I to scan it from left to right. So what is A is basically we have initialized an array. So A is basically the index A of array of 0. So str of we have initialized that as str, array as str. So str of 0 is basically A, str of 1 is basically B, str of 2 is basically C, str of 3 is basically T, and str of 4 is basically A. Okay, and yeah, so let's see. So I equal to 0, so and j equal to n minus 1. So I equal to 0, so this is our I, this indicates our I, and this indicates our j, because length was 5, so n minus 1, so 4. So a of str of 4 is a, and str of 0 is a. Now what we will have to do to match these two, stri and strj. Okay, so if str I equal to str j, then we will do what? We have already assigned a temp variable, and we will increase that temp to as 1. Okay, so temp plus plus means temp equal to temp plus 1. I have already said in previous videos. Okay, so so in first iteration what it will, what the loop will do. So in first iteration I will be 0 and j will be 4. So str of 0 will be basically a, and str of 4 will be basically a. Okay, and temp will be incremented to 1. What is the cause of that? So str I is basically str j, so is str 0 is basically str4, because a equal to a, so temp will be incremented to 1, 0 to 1. Okay, in our second loop, so I will be incremented to 1, and j will be decremented, because j we have they done that j minus minus. So j minus minus actually means j equal to j minus 1. So 4 equal to 4 minus 1 equal to 3. So in second iteration I will be 1 and j will be 3. So str of 1 is what? Str of 1 is b, and str of 3 is what? Str of 3 is t. So in this case str of I and str of j is not equal, you can see here. So b is not equal to t, so temp will not be incremented and will be 1. Okay, in third loop similarly I will be 2 and j will be 2. So str of 2 is str of 2, so this is true, so temp will be incremented to 2. Now in fourth iteration what it will be? So fourth iteration I will be 3 and j will be 1. So str of 3 and str of 4 is not equal, so temp will not be incremented and will be 2. And in last loop the str of 4 and 0 is equal, so temp will be 3. So now final value of temp is 3 until the loop continues. So loop will now exit. Now temp is basically what? Temp is 3. Okay, and n is what? N was 5. So n was the length of that string, so n was 5. Now temp not equal to, so temp is not equal to n, so this is false, so this else loop will be true. So string is not palindrome will be printed. Okay, so we are running now to the program. Oh, there is error. What is the error? Okay, there should be semicolon here. Okay, so a b c d a. Okay, oh sorry, there was a problem. Plus 5 Oh, sorry. J, this should be J I less than N, and J should be greater than 0. So yeah, so A B C T A. Okay, yeah, so you can see here, so this string is not palindrome. Okay, so in first iteration A and A, second iteration B and T is not equal, third iteration C and C equal, and fourth iteration B and T not equal, and fifth iteration A and A so equal. Okay, and once again I am running that. So now we will take ABC, uh, BA. Okay, this is a palindromic string, you can see that. Yeah, so the string is palindrome. Okay, so that's all.